Welcome back to Jaw Jacking with Jarhead and Ginger and friends. Today we have Chris and Katrina from Our Every Day Getaway. Hi guys.
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello and welcome back. If it's your first time here, I'm Scott.
And I'm Allison.
And we are
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.
We're full-time RVers. We do destination videos, tips and tricks, and all things RV. That sounds like something you'd like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and come along on our journeys.
So, how long are you guys full-time RVing now?
We are, yes.
Okay, how long have y'all been going full-time?
Well, we in 2021 we sold our house, and shortly after we went full-time in our used RV that we had before the one we have now. So I would say it's been almost a year now, but we didn't go on the road. We didn't start going on the road until right after Christmas of 2021.
Yes.
That's when we went full-time on the road. Prior to that, we were living in an RV for about, what, 3-4 months?
Yes.
Oh,
So-
you live full-time in it, but didn't travel.
But we didn't
Okay.
travel, correct.
Okay.
We parked the RV on a piece of property that we had, that Katrina's parents owned, and we were living there for a few months, and then right after Christmas of 2021, we were on the road full-time.
Sure took off.
What made you decide that this was for you, the lifestyle for you?
Boy, that's a very entailed question. We had done some vacationing years prior, and we rented RVs, and we bought one and whatnot. And then we'd always talked about it, and I was a little bit unsure. And then Chris had some health issues, and we had just decided, you know what, life's too short, and we're going to do it.
Yes.
So,
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there was, we rented an RV, and we got hooked into the lifestyle. And of course, we followed a lot of channels, and we enjoyed it. And we were like, I was more willing to engage in that lifestyle. Katrina was a little apprehensive. And after I retired, the opportunity came up for us to go full-time RV living. And, you know, we just said, you know what? Life's too short. Let's just go ahead and take a chance and do it.
That's great. So what is your RV that you're in currently?
You want me to handle that?
Yeah,
I got
please,
it.
go ahead.
It's a 2018 Holiday Rambler Endeavor 38K, which is about 30, it's a diesel pusher, and it's about 39 feet long. Actually, it's 38 feet 8 inches long. So let's just say 39 feet long.
And if you don't know what that looks like, it's in the background right here. This is their actual RV. We're sitting out in front in their yard.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in your almost year, what is so far been your favorite place that you've seen or gone to?
Okay.
We
So,
have two different places.
Oh, okay, cool.
You tell.
no,
me.
you tell them yours.
You want mine first?
Yes, your
Okay.
place first.
So I really like Glacier.
Okay.
Glacier was it for me. I was, apprehensive about the whole going to the Sun Road and all that because that's a little sketchy for me. But I absolutely love the country and just it's gorgeous. It was so nice.
Yeah, okay, for me, and this goes back, since we've been full-time RVing, well, actually, this goes back to when we were part-time RVers. We traveled out west, and for me, it was Zion National Park. I really enjoyed Zion National Park. I'd like to go back there again. I love the amount of hiking that you could do at the park. We stayed at a campground that was literally right outside the park within a 5-10 minute walk. So for me, it's two places. One is Zion National Park, and the other place was the Oasis RV Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada, which I enjoyed. So one is a national park, the other is a RV resort. So those would be my two favorite.
All right, cool.
Both out west.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're from the East Coast.
We're from Maryland.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, Katrina's family and my cousins are from the same area in Maryland.
What a small world.
That is so
It is,
crazy.
yeah.
It's a small
Yeah.
world. Yeah, we're East Coast folks, but for me, I would love to go out west. I enjoy the west, the mountains, the scenery, all of that. So if I could spend more time out west, I would do that. Absolutely.
Well, that brings up a good question then. What is your, I'm sure you have many, but one of your top bucket list destinations that you haven't seen yet? that you would like to?
Wow, that's a good question, Scott.
I know we could probably all rattle off a list, but
Well, I think the Albuquerque Balloon Festival is something I would like to do. We hope to do.
We have reservations. As long as nothing crazy happens, we'll be there.
I think Yosemite would be right there on the top of the list of places I would like to go. Yosemite
Oh, in California.
National Park.
Yeah.
I'd like to go there. You know, we've already.
Up in Canada.
Oh, Banff.
Oh,
Banff.
Banff.
yeah.
We would love.
Yes.
That's. Thanks for reminding me. Banff. Okay, now I take that back. All right, now I got to change my opinion. All right, I'm sorry.
Rewind.
Banff is on the list, and a trip to Alaska.
Oh, yes.
Alaska.
Yes.
absolutely.
Gotta go.
Absolutely, those are the ones.
Yeah. We should all do that Alaska trip together.
Let's
we
do
were
it.
just talking
Let's
about
do
That's a
it.
caravan
Yeah.
one, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
So
I'm up
awesome.
for it. Just say when, and we'll work it out.
We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If we can afford to get across the street with these gas prices.
Yeah, right.
Oh, jeez, don't talk about it.
So what is your preferred moving pace or moving style? Do you go 1 or 2 days? Do you stay a month or a week or?
That's been changing a little bit because of all, the inflation and the gas prices.
Right.
But typically, we like to travel about 3, maybe 4 hours a day. And we were staying a week at a time places. Now we'd like to stay, more like a month
Right.
or so.
Yeah, I think when we first started traveling, we were like a lot of folks that, it was like, let's go from place to place to place, hurry up and knock it all out. And there were times when I would drive 8, 10, 12, 13 hours at a pop, and it was easy for me to do. It wasn't a problem, wasn't an issue. But once you become retired and you start to engage in this full-time RV living, your mindset kind of changes. You're like, you know what? 3 to 4 hours tops at most. I prefer, I'm very happy if I could drive 3 to 4 hours and kind of work it into our schedule. So, yeah, I
100% I agree. I've never heard anybody put it quite that way. When you retire, though, it's just like you're not in a hurry because you don't have a week or 2 weeks, and then
Right.
you got to get back to work. So everything just kind of slows down.
Yes.
You kind of become island time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and look, it's
Yes,
much
I like
easier
that.
when you're retired to do that. Granted,
Yeah.
if you're still working, you have to fit everything within a schedule. But when you're retired, you have the luxury of kind of slowing down
Yep.
and taking things easy, and that's pretty much how we do it now. 3 to 4 hours. Before, when I would before I didn't understand it, I'm like, I could drive 8 to 10 hours. What's the big deal? It's
Right.
no issue. But now that I'm retired, it's just totally different mindset.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. We're here in Door County currently for 2 weeks with them and Chasing RV Sunshine and RV America. And just the 4 of us couples hanging out together for this 2 weeks has been awesome. And we were talking about they're leaving tomorrow, and then we're all leaving on Monday. And 2 weeks is too short. Not only to see Door County, because there's so much that we haven't seen. They've been able to see more than us because they're able to hike. But there's so much we haven't seen, but then even more so for the companionship. We've just all had a great time together. It's been a great fit.
Yeah, we talked about this, and there's a kind of thing that goes back and forth where I get you get excited that you're traveling to go to the next location, but at the same time, I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys, everyone, and I really don't want to leave, and I would love to stay here for another 2 to 3 weeks and just hang out and do some fun stuff.
No,
I
for
mean, I
sure.
would.
Yeah. And that's the way it is every time we meet up with people. Just RVers in general are great people, easy to get along with, and
That's true.
fun to hang out with, kind of a thing. So, and especially since we have YouTube channels, that kind of even makes it a click even quicker and easier.
Well,
But we've enjoyed hanging out with all you guys as well. It's been
And-
a lot of fun.
as a YouTube content creator, that helps a lot to be
Oh,
able
yeah.
to bounce off different ideas or whatever to
Right.
back and forth with other content creators. It really helps out a lot.
Absolutely, it does. Good conversations around, well, I would say a fire, but fires are expensive, so we don't do those things.
We need
How
to go
about
forage.
what's that?
We need to go forage.
Yeah.
Get our-
How about pets? What kind of pets and how many do you travel with, if any?
We have one, and so our dog Tucker, which is a lab golden mix, and he's about 9 years old, and for the most part he's a good boy, except for he gets a little barky, so you have to watch that. But otherwise he's good.
Tucker has a very distinct facial features when he's sitting around. We'll see if we can get them to send us a couple of pictures of him, and we'll put it in here so you guys can see him. He's definitely a character.
And Xanadu, she's just a 5-month-old little tiny puppy, but she wants to play with Tucker and then
The big
Joel and
boys.
Deb's
Maya.
dog Maya, but they're big dogs, so we haven't really let them play together yet. She got to hang around with Bella just a little bit, but they didn't get too close.
Yeah, it's a whole different experience taking your pet on the road. In the case of Tucker, Tucker was mostly a yard dog. We had a fenced yard. So when we go on the road and travel, he gets a little anxious while we're traveling, but once we get set up, he's ready to get out and explore the area, and he enjoys the companionship and checking things out. So yeah, it's definitely different.
All the new stuff. Yeah, they're ready to get out and do the first walk and smell everything.
Yeah, check
and
everything
all
out,
that
and he gets
stuff.
excited about it. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you plan to be on the road indefinitely? Do you have a plan to buy a house and settle down? Do you have a plan at all?
That's a good question. Yes, we don't plan on being on the road forever, indefinitely. But there's no time limit right now. We're just going to stay on the road and see as much as we can see. And then, if we find somewhere that we really, really love, we'll consider buying a piece of property or even a small house and staying there. But it needs to be warm.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, we love to travel. We enjoy this lifestyle. It's exciting. It's fun, and the most important thing is meeting new people. That more than anything it's incredible. It's great. Eventually, we'll buy another sticks and bricks. But even when we do, we'll still travel in some sort of capacity right now. So for right now, we're going to continue on this lifestyle for at least another year or two, and probably try our best to, when the market gets a little bit better, maybe buy a piece of property. But even if we buy another property, be it in down south or wherever it may be, we will still travel because we really enjoy this lifestyle. We really enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. We've been talking. I mean, we lived full time in an RV for a few months back in 08, 09 time frame.
Oh wow.
And we talked about doing it, for good. But we always said we'd have to have a piece of property somewhere, right?
So
And
what
now
happened
with how every time we pull into a new place, I think I was telling you this before, I was like, man, I wonder what this would be like in December, right? Because we don't like the cold.
No, we don't like the cold either.
We're not doing it right. We've been in the snow in our RV several times, but I think at least two pieces, one up north somewhere and one down south somewhere, and then you can snowbird, but still,
I'm with
still
you, Scott.
travel.
I like that idea.
The whole snowbird thing appeals to us because we do the same thing. When we travel, when we were in Mackinac Island and here in Wisconsin, we're like, this is beautiful country. It's fantastic. It's amazing. But in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, when the winter comes around, I don't want to deal with that. I'm not interested.
Right. How long can I stay here and still be comfortable?
Yes.
3-4 months into the year.
Absolutely.
Then I got to move south.
Yes.
So yeah, that's in my mind too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you don't currently have a house or a property or anything anywhere. You're.
My family has a property that my mom or my mother and my brother and I all co-own.
Oh,
and
okay.
we have partial hookups there. We have electric and water. So if we need to go home, we have a place to stay. If something were to happen and we'd have to go somewhere for a long period, we can always go back to Maryland.
Right. That's back in Maryland. So if worst comes to worst, we could just, go there and hunker down if anything were to happen.
Right.
So it's pretty much, it's kind of nice to have that, knowing that we have that buffer, that safe buffer zone. If something should happen, we could just go back to Maryland.
Yeah, absolutely.
And settle down.
So which direction are you heading for the rest of this summer season, I guess?
We're going west.
We are going west. West. We're headed to
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
To the Badlands.
To the Badlands.
Nice.
And we're going to Utah, Colorado. The plan is to go to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. Hopefully that'll work out.
Nice.
And from there, we're going down to Texas. We'll be in Texas for a little while. We hope to do the boondocking on, was it Galveston Beach? Is that right?
Magnolia.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's Galveston. It's
Magnolia Beach.
Magnolia Beach. Thank you. You're right. Magnolia Beach, and then eventually we'll work our way back to Florida, in late in the year, Katrina? Late in the year?
In December.
In
We'll be
December,
there in
and then
December.
we're hoping to stay in Florida through March or April, and then we
April.
don't know what we're gonna do after that. We don't know. We need to work on that.
Well, we'll be in Texas starting October,
For how long?
mid to late October,
Okay.
through probably January, and so we'll have to meet you guys there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then
Absolutely.
in January, maybe after Christmas, but probably after New Year's, we're heading to Florida too. So we'll probably run into you guys.
Well, I
down
mean,
there, too.
so are you going to the Tampa RV show in January?
We plan
That's
on it.
the plan, yeah.
That's the plan. They'll be there. We'll be there. That's great because we're
Come
going to go to the
see us.
Tampa RV show as well.
Awesome.
We got plans for it. Yes.
Sweet. We've never been to the Tampa show, but we went to Hershey last year, and we plan to hit Hershey again this year. It was fun, but Hershey for me didn't have enough stuff. Like inside, you know,
Vendors.
it was all RVs outside, tons and tons and miles of them, but not too much vendor stuff.
I think there was a lot of vendor things in Florida, in Tampa.
Yeah. You guys haven't been to Florida before either?
No,
We've
we've
been
been
to
to Florida
Tampa.
before.
I mean, the Tampa show.
No,
have,
we went
yes. Oh, did
to the Tampa show in 2020, of January 2020.
Okay.
We went to the Tampa RV show. We had a blast. We thought it was great. We tried to go back in 2021, the following year, but because of health issues, we couldn't make it. We couldn't work it out, so we kind of had to cancel it. But yeah, we'll definitely be back in 2023. Is that right? January next year is
23,
2023.
yeah,
So
we'll
we'll
be.
definitely go in there. All things being God willing,
Right.
we'll be there
Right.
in 2023. So we'll be hanging out there. If you guys are there, if you see us, let us know. And if you guys,
Absolutely.
we'll meet up with you guys and hang out.
Yeah.
And
We would like to go to Hershey, though. It just hasn't fit in our plan.
Hasn't
our
been
route.
in your
we've never
in
been
your
able to
route.
make it work.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you would think, being from Maryland, we would
You'd
already
have been.
been
We
to
were
that.
close
Yeah.
by.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's not
every
far.
time the Hershey show is scheduled for the past few years, something came up. We were either
wedding,
on the
something.
road or the wedding or something. We just couldn't make it work.
Yeah.
But we'll see you guys in Tampa.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll see you
For
in
sure.
Tampa.
If we don't see you in Texas first, because
That's true.
we love Galveston, and when you guys get to that area,
you know some
we
good
might come
spots.
down and camp with y'all down there. That'd be awesome.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's make it
Sounds
happen.
good.
So, other than the YouTube channel, where else can people that haven't seen your channel before find you?
Facebook and Instagram. Our Every Day Getaway. Go on to Facebook and Instagram. You'll find us there.
Facebook,
Awesome.
Instagram, and YouTube.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I know they just put one out today. It's part 2 of Mackinac Island. So go back and look at part 1 and then check out part 2. It should be, it's an interesting, part 1 is an interesting video. Let's put it that way.
And Mackinac Island is pretty awesome. Yeah, I really like. I enjoyed it.
It's a to-do on the list.
Yes, definitely on the
Check
bucket
it
list.
out.
You got to check it out.
Awesome. Well, I know we're hanging out a little bit more today, and then we're gonna part ways tomorrow. But so until we meet again, it shouldn't be long.
Absolutely.
No.
Sounds like it'll be before the end of the year.
Yes. Yes.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it, and we have enjoyed our time hanging out with you guys. It's been amazing, and I wish we could stay another week or two.
Oh, absolutely. I
do.
could do at
I
least a
enjoy
week or
it.
two.
I don't think
Enjoy
Thousand
it.
Trails is gonna.
No, I don't think they'd let us. We're in an
No.
encore now, so
And
14
actually-
days is all we got.
That's right.
And this is a very nice Thousand Trails.
is.
We really enjoyed this Thousand
Yes.
Trails. Very nice.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Lynn,
And I'm Danny, and we're RV America.
and we'll see you next time on Jaw Jacking with Jarhead and Ginger.